for almost everyone. Our niece, her bridal shower is coming up this weekend, and I'm in the final stages. I've decided I'm going to make her card into a wedding gown, and so what I've done is I've created a template of it. This is the card, and it's on a 5.5 inch card, and I've traced it onto the card. I want to keep that template, and I've traced it onto a card. I'm going to cover my card with material. I have two different types of material we're going to cover it with. So our first step in the process is to cut our card out. And then once we've got the card cut out, then it's going to be a lot easier, hopefully, to go over the pattern with the material that I've picked out. I picked out one material that's really sheer and one material that's not sheer. I figured that if I used the material that wasn't so sheer underneath, it would take away from the look of paper, and then the one on top is going to make it look very bridal. That's the goal. Whether or not we can accomplish it, I don't know. But, you know, I'm living on the edge trying to come up with a plan. I also am going to be using some Fabri-Tac on this, hoping that Fabri-Tac will glue it down. I'm trying to make this look as much as a doll dress as I can, keeping in mind I know nothing about sewing, so everything I know about any kind of seamstressing comes from either a glue or stitch witchery. For those of you who aren't familiar with stitch witchery, it's the greatest thing ever invented. If you have a hem that comes out of your pant leg or your skirt, all you have to do is you put stitch witchery between the hem that's missing, and you use a hot iron, and it seals the seam back up. It's great. It's wonderfully, whoever came up with that, genius. Okay, I have one side of this that looks a little bit lopsided. I need to hopefully fix that without ruining my dress completely. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Not as perfect as I want it to be, but what are you going to do? I want to get off any of the pencil marks that are left behind. Don't think I have any more. Okay, then this bottom edge of my dress I need to fix because it has a place where the seam, the dress itself the point didn't end at the bottom, so it was kind of curved at the bottom, and I did not want that to be the case. Okay, so we have the front of our dress. I'm going to do a little bit more erasing. Then this is the material that we're going to lay on top of it, and I think I'm going to lay it on top, glue it down, and then after I've glued it down, then I'm going to cut it off. It's hard because everything in this project is white, so it's going to really be difficult for you to see, but my goal at this point is to just put a lot of glue on it, and I have a paintbrush here. I'm going to paint the glue to all the edges, and hopefully our project will come out okay. Let's see if I can move the glue around a little bit. It is kind of it's like the Beacon 3-in-1, so if you're familiar with that, you know it kind of is like it's kind of like hot glue. So it smears around and runs like that does. Okay, now I'm going to lay my material down on my dress, and hopefully, whoops, gotta move it over a little bit if I can. Whoa, hold on. This is tricky to play with, let me just tell you. Probably wasn't the smartest plan doing it the way I came up with it, but I wasn't really certain what would work. so far, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible either. Okay. Now I'm going to cut that off. It's tricky when you're dealing with something that's cloth, because I'm not used to cutting cloth, and I'm not used to working with cloth. And I'm really nervous about this weekend because it's the shower where we're going to be, my niece is going to be opening up the recipe box that I made her, and I'm a little nervous about it. I think I've said that 100 times, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm still nervous about it. Still a little nervous. I just want her to be happy with it, and I want her to see it as a keepsake kind of thing, and I just want her to, I just want her to be happy with it. And you never know when you're making a gift for somebody if your taste and their taste will be the same, and I don't know, just saying. I'm going to get a little bit more glue on this one edge. Come on. Come on. Let's play this game. Fabri-Tac. And I assumed Fabri-Tac meant it sticks to fabric. So far, it's having a mind of its own. Okay. You probably are wishing you didn't have to sit and watch me cut all this. I'm kind of wishing you didn't have to too. Maybe Riz can speed up through it. I'm sure there was probably an easier way to do this, but I'm not good at picking out the easy way to do things. Okay. And as I've said, I don't know much about material. I failed home ec in 7th grade. Well, I didn't fail it. I got an incomplete because I could not do anything with a sewing machine. I'm kind of, well, back then when I was like, I don't know, 12 or 11, whatever you are in 7th grade, I was really afraid of the needle running over my finger. And this was in the time when I was, I didn't have any physical limitations, so I should have been more confident, but not so much. I was really afraid of the needle, and I didn't like the whole idea of sewing, and so I never really learned anything about sewing, and I got an incomplete in home ec because I couldn't sew. But I really I don't regret that, because I just was scared of it, scared of the whole needly thing. You're probably saying that's kind of something that you shouldn't be scared of, but I don't know why I was. Chicken, a little chickeny. I was kind of chicken. Okay, let me see if I can get this edge cleaned up, and then we'll go on to the really nice material. Now, the material that I chose to go over this is very sheer, and where did my pencil go? There it is. I'm going to see if I can get any of these lines off. Well, I'm not sure how to cover up. My goal on this is to make some pleats. Just like to pull in at the center if I can, and make some pleats. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Let's say I can accomplish very few things. Okay. I think I'm going to try and put some snail in a couple places so that, no, that's not the right one. I do as much of that as I can. I'd like to have as much of the beady stuff on it. And let's see if we can get some of the Fabri-Tac to glue the top section. I can always add some ribbon or bows or something to the top to make it look the way I want it to. That's my thinking anyway. I'm not sure if I really can or not. But I really want this to look like a dress. I mean, the finished piece I want to look like a dress if I can get it to. One thing I do think is I don't think that I'm capable of really doing the pleat thing. I thought that was kind of a stretch for me, but now when I look at it, I know it's definitely a stretch. I definitely don't think I'll be able to do that. Let me see what other scissors might work. Like I'm baking it. Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, so that's, I'm just going to trim that edge. I thought I was going to have it go out over the edge, but now that I see it, I don't think that makes any sense. I decided I was going to just lay another piece of material on here, so what I did was I put a little bit of glue underneath, like where the belt would be. I'm going to see if I can make another little pleat right there. Another little pleat right there. I kind of want to make it look like Cinderella. That's my goal. Little Cinderella action. Gotta make sure that stays down far enough though, because I can't have the bottom of my dress be too short. Now I'll glue that part. We got a hair in there. I just want to make sure that I have enough little pleats in it that it will be really frisky, if you know what I mean. Then I'm going to glue the edges if I can. Whoops. I did do the back as well, as I wanted to make sure that the back of the dress looked the same as the front. I didn't want the back not to have any kind of, fancy things going on. I want it to be frisky the whole dress. Then after I put this on, I'm hoping I'm going to put a little sequin action on it. Whoops. That's stuck down. Okay, so I put this brown piece of paper here so you can see what I'm doing. I have this white silk ribbon that's very, very thin, and I thought what I would do is put a little of this Fabri-Tac on this and kind of glue it to the paper so it'll make it easier for me to play with. And then I really like this one long piece of, it's from the dress, but it's a long piece of the, I guess we'll call it the bling from it. So I thought what I would do is make it so that that blingy part is attached to the ribbon, and I'm going to cut it out of this just so that we can hopefully get it to work. My goal is that it's going to come off with the ribbon. That's pretty good. I'm going to put the glue on pleat of the dress. Hopefully this is going to work. Cross your fingers for me. Okay. I'm going to wrap. See if I can wrap that around the ribbon, because I'd like this to be a little bit bulkier so that it holds up with all those pleats. Ooh, almost came off. So my goal is to bend that over. See if I have enough to do that. Come on. So far it looks pretty good. Now I got to get some of this sticky off me before I can cut the dress apart. Hope you can see how cute that is. It's looking really good. Very excited. Whoops. I had that taken off. Okay. She's looking pretty good. I guess I'll cut it from this side. Okay. And all I have to do, probably going to need to put a little bit more glue on her, but I thought about putting this in here too, but I don't know, I think that's too much bling. What do you think? Too much? Yeah, too much. Okay, all we have to do now is put our sentiment inside, and our sentiment says, wishing you joy, laughter, wonderful memories, and all the happiness you deserve as you start your new life together. I thought that was a very lovely sentiment. And I just want to put, I'm going to use Blushing Bride as my color. It's kind of a pale pink, but it's a pretty pink. It's not really, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's not girly pink, but ooh, I want to make sure it's right side up. Oh, almost did that again. Oh, that would have been horrible. Almost did that upside down. That would have made me cry. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see her, but I'm going to put her, let me put her on a piece of pink paper so you can see what she really looks like. There it is. It's been a lot of stress and anxiety, but I think in the end she came out really cute. And notice how I'm calling her a she. She's a dress, but I'm calling her a she. I hope you like it. I hope you give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope Jennifer likes it too. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.